What college kid tells that to two females? I have been waiting to film this video for a very long time, and I wasn't sure if I was going to film it today when I'm filming a couple of videos, but I kind of just feel like telling it. It's kind of a crazy story. You're going to actually be able to see my personality because I'm going to start getting angry, and ooh, this one's a doozy. It's going to be hard for me to keep fake names straight. This is the story of the time, as you can see by the title, that my friends got threatened to be roofied and someone tried to fight me. I'm 5'2" and like 120 pounds. I am not somebody that someone just fights. Like, you don't just get up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fight Jenna. Like, Jenna is, I have a temper. So people don't just fight me. People don't just threaten to fight me because A, you're gonna get yelled at, and B, like, nobody wants to see me do that, especially because we were in fact drinking. But basically, I'm going to tell the story now. If you like story times and videos of the like, please subscribe below. I am a film fanatic who finally decided to pick up the camera again. I finally decided to make a YouTube channel since, you know, I wanted to get back into it. So if you guys like videos like this, please subscribe. This event happened, I don't remember when the first event happened because I don't even truly think that this person told me when the event happened, but I do know that it was a short time span in between the two events that we are going to talk about. The reason I'm telling you the story in the way that I'm telling you is because it's going to make a lot more sense when I start talking about the fight, or the almost fight, because no one actually threw a punch, but someone did try and fight me. So I'm gonna kind of go in a little backstory and you'll understand why. Basically, me and my friends started going to this person's house to kind of hang out, and I ended up being very good friends with this person, like very good friends with this person. So he needed to fill a room. He had been trying to fill a room for a long time. He had kind of terrible roommates in the past. This person moved in, and I think everything was like seemingly okay, but he was a transfer student, so he needed something last minute. He was just gonna move in. I think it was good for a while, I don't really know, but when me and my friends started hanging out there, and I'm not gonna go into how we all met them because it's just gonna make it a lot more obvious as to who the person is. We started to get to know these people. Would go over there on the weekends and hang out. This was one of those weekends, but previously, my friends, I had kind of gotten closer friends with this one person when we started hanging out with that group of people. There were 3 people that lived in the house. Our friend's like more permanent roommate, and the transfer student that I am talking about now. We're going to call him Jeffrey because I've been watching a lot of Jeffree Star videos. His name is not Jeffrey. His name doesn't even start with a J. So don't even... but we will call him Jeffrey. So me and Jeffrey became kind of friends, like a little. It was kind of weird, kind of fast. Like, it was just who I was drawn to in the group of people that I was there with, other than the girls that I went there with. And I had become kind of closer with this person. So for whatever reason, my 2 friends decided to go over there one night, and me and my other friend, I don't remember if we couldn't go or, like, it doesn't matter, but 2 of them went to hang out, and the 2 people that we were friends with that lived there, other than like their friends that didn't live there that would show up, of the 3 people that lived in the house, the 2 people that we were really close, like actually friends with, weren't home. And this is hearsay from my friends. Now, I do not think they are lying about this in the slightest. However, I know a lot of people that are going to comment this video saying that this happened differently. So I am going to just say, because there was a person there that night that just will comment saying that this was not true. It's true. I have 5 or 6 other people to back me up. So believe 5 or 6 people over one person. That's all I have to say. If this person starts making comments in the comments section, take it at face value is all I have to say. So my friends go there that one night and I don't hear anything about it. And then a couple days later, they tell me, you know, the other night when I was over at their house, Jeffrey was like insisting on making our drinks. Okay, he was insisting on making the drinks. Well, like, is that weird? You know, like, you should be able to make your own drink. I don't understand. And so all my friends were like really weirded out. They were like, that's how you roofie someone. Like, basically the classic you are trying to roofie someone is exactly what he was doing. Like, exactly what he was doing. And so they started getting really suspicious. They said that they started getting really suspicious and they were going in there and he was not letting them have their own alcohol. Supposedly he was like not giving it to them, or, you know, he was insisting on holding the bottle. I don't know exactly what happened because, like I said, I wasn't there. But all I know is eventually he came out with their drink. I don't think this is exactly what he said, but something along the lines of, you're lucky that I'm a really nice guy because I could totally roofie these and rape you. What college kid tells that to 2 females that are not very close friends of yours? First of all, why would you joke about rape in the first place? Like, that's a whole other story that I could tell on this channel, that I actually might tell on this channel, because to be honest, it is something that I feel so strongly about and something so bad that happened to me. And it's just like, it's ridiculous. But you do not joke about rape. You do not joke about, like, I'm sorry, you don't joke about rape. That's all I'm going to say about it. You also don't joke about roofing someone. And if you roofie someone, who knows what's going to happen to them? We didn't drive over there most of the time. We did have cars. But a lot of the time, either someone was a designated driver. We were really, really smart about this whole thing because a couple of us did have cars, I think 3 out of the 4 of us. And we did have cars, but a lot of the time we would either have a designated driver or we would take Ubers. So for the time we either had a designated driver or took an Uber, but a lot of the time we just picked a designated driver. So we were very safe about this whole thing. But that night they had taken an Uber because there were only 2 of them and they obviously both, you know, wanted to party. There weren't a lot of them there. To have someone pick a designated driver, it would be a 50-50 shot in you being and why would you want to drink alone with this other person? The next time we go over there, this person is obviously still like there. This person's obviously still there when we go over there the next time to party. Not really party, it was more of like a chill space where we would just have a beer and hang out. It was really actually kind of awesome and we loved going over there. It was really fun until things started getting really weird, which I don't know if I can make videos about. But again, certain things started to get really weird, and this is one of them. After he was joking about roofing and raping my friends, and we went over there the next time, he was obviously there. So after we get there, I'm in there trying to make my drink, and I'm just kind of avoiding him. I'm just kind of giving him one-word answers, and I don't think my voice was, you know, it wasn't raised, obviously, but I didn't think I was being rude. I didn't think that I was being, like, obvious about the fact that I didn't like him because of something. And I have a temper, so when there was going to be alcohol involved, me and my friend when there was going to be alcohol involved, my friends had told me, because I have a temper, they had told me, please do not mention anything about this to him. We're just gonna take it at face value and we're just gonna, you know, not talk to him as much. We're just gonna like let it be. They didn't want it to become a fight, and neither did I, to be honest. I really didn't want this to become a fight. And that's why I was just kind of avoiding the situation. I wasn't talking to him about it, which made him really angry. So I was making my drink, and I'm pretty sure 100% stone cold sober at this point. I don't think I even had a sip of alcohol before this happened, but I could be completely wrong because I did go to a hookah bar Me and a girl who I'm not going to even remotely talk about went to a hookah bar. And we went to we met my friends at that house because we were supposed to somehow get into a bar. We didn't get into a bar. So we ended up going to this person's house and partying with the rest of my friends, which we had kind of talked about earlier. And so that's when they told me, I don't want to bring it up to these people, blah, blah, blah. So eventually he says, like, why are you giving me one-word answers? Like, what's your problem with me? And I was like, nothing. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm just here to, like, make my drink and go play card games with everyone. That was what it was. And he's sitting there and he's like, no. Like, he's standing. Now, this was in an apartment, and apartment kitchens can be really, really small. And this one was pretty small. There were 2 or 3 of us in there, and the other person left because they saw that things could possibly have been escalating, because he was instigating at this point, and my friend went over and told my other friends, I didn't know this, but told my other friends that things were escalating, and like, it wasn't, well, not that things were escalating, but that it wasn't my fault, that he had actually provoked me, that Jeffrey had provoked me. So it wasn't just Jenna being crazy because Jenna has a temper. It was someone you were being completely nice to decided that he had a problem with you having a problem with him. So at that point I said, you know what, I do have a problem with you. And he said, well, what's your problem? And I said, I don't want to talk about it, but you can get out of my way because I would like to go sit down now. And he stood in the doorway while I was doing this. While I was trying to get out and go and hang out with my friends, me and him are the only 2 people in the kitchen at this point. When I want to go to my other friends and you're blocking the door. And it's not like, like not the door, but like the doorway, like where you would leave. And he's blocking it. Now this kid's pretty short. This kid's not like built. He was kind of small and he was just kind of trying to block it, like acting bigger than he was, kind of like all short guys act a lot of the time. No shade to short guys, but like this person was acting very typical bulldog. Like, I'm short and I want you to hear me roar, so I am just gonna stand in your way. And so at this point, I'm pissed. Throughout the whole, like, him being in the doorway thing, I was drinking because I was like, yep, just get me out of here. So at that point, I finally said to him, I said, yeah, you know what, I do have a problem with you because when you say you rape and roofie my friends, I have a serious problem with you. And that is when all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose in that house for the rest of the night. For the rest of the freaking night. It was insane. So for the rest of the night, we were trying to play drinking games, and I'm just avoiding him at all costs. We have a couple scuffs. So after I finally tell him what I know, he starts asking me like, oh, how do you know all that? Like, I didn't do that, blah, blah, blah. And of course he's gonna say that he didn't do it, because why would you say that you were gonna tell my friends that you were gonna roofie and rape them in your house? I'm lost as to why you would think I wouldn't say something to you. I was really confused as to why he thought I wouldn't say something to him, because I was starting to become friends with him. He knew that I was kind of a confrontational person. So at that point, it was really weird. He starts, telling me that he doesn't, whatever, that he didn't do it, blah, blah, blah. I started fighting with him. Not, like shouting, but like yelling, kind of. Definitely fighting. It was definitely like a fight. But at that point, I was kind of over it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go have fun with my friends. This is one person out of a bunch of people here, and I'm just gonna go have fun with my friends. Like, I'm gonna go play beer pong, I'm gonna do something. I'm just gonna do something. And so I did, and throughout the night, he would kind of just like, he was like the annoying little gnat or like little sister that was like in the corner just being like, hey, like, what are you doing? I want to like bug the crap out of you for the rest of the night. He just kind of was like that little bee on your shoulder that like wouldn't go away, and it was really annoying. But like I would kind of yell at him, we would have scoffs, people would tell me to calm down, blah blah blah. I continued to get pretty drunk at this point, and he was completely hammered, like eyes rolling in the back of his head, could barely stand up. He was sitting on a armchair, like the edge of an armchair, so like the what am I talking about, the handle of the armchair, and what am I talking about, the arm of the armchair. He was sitting like on the arm of the couch. I don't know how I'm trying to say this. He was sitting like on the edge of the couch arm, and he was kind of like trying to get up, and he was like, Jenna, I'm gonna fight you. Like, oh my god. Jenna, I'm gonna fight you. I'm like, you're gonna hit me? He literally said, you're gonna hit me? And Jenna went from 0 to 100 in 30 seconds because this bitch had the audacity to tell me that you are going to punch me in the face when you can barely stand up. And he's not standing up at this point. So he's literally just he's literally trying to sit down and failing miserably and falling over. And he's at this point just telling me, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. Like, I'm gonna fight you. But he was so drunk that like he could not move. Like, I was not scared that he was gonna hit me. At the time, okay, maybe I was a little scared that he was gonna hit me, but I didn't really think he was gonna hit me, to be honest. But I was ready to hit him if he came in my face, was kind of where I was at. People were telling me, Jenna, you're over the age of 18, you need to chill out, you're gonna get in trouble. So I didn't hit him, but I started walking over to him and I'm like, you're gonna hit me? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you. And like, I kept saying that, and so of course, bipolar, crazy ass Jenna comes out and she goes, hit me, hit me. See, you won't do it, hit me, hit me. At that point, me and my friends left. But I would like to tell you what my friend informed me happened the rest of the night, because that isn't even my favorite part. My favorite part isn't that a guy tried to fight me. He tried to get up and couldn't. So it was kind of hilarious because I was sitting there drunk off my butt trying to just laugh at the whole thing because it was really weird. So after we all left, because at that point we were like, fuck no, I am getting out of here. So we leave. My friend tells me that he had to lock him in a bedroom because he was trying to drive his car. He went outside and wasn't coming back inside, and he was being drunk and disorderly out in public, which was not good. You need to go back into your own home. So he was in the parking lot because he's literally standing like behind my friend's car. Again, I wasn't there, so this is hearsay, but he apparently was like standing behind the car like, I'm not moving, I'm not moving. He gets into his car and starts backing up. And so he was like, I'm gonna back up the car, like I'm gonna go in reverse. And he was like, I'm not moving, I'm not moving. He didn't move, and my friend hit him with a car. He didn't hit him, you know, like he didn't like run him over, he didn't like back up really hard. He was literally inching backwards with his like foot on the pedal. Like this is what he told me happened. So I could be completely wrong, but supposedly he was rolling backwards to try and get him to move, and he wasn't moving. So he ended up hitting him, but not like hard, not like to hurt him. He didn't hurt him in any way. I don't even think he had a bruise from it, but he kept saying over and over again, hit me again, why don't you hit me again, why don't you hit me again? So he had to then lock him in a room, and it was like, I don't know if a couple other things happened too, but all I know is he definitely tried to hit him with his car. Like I definitely tried to drive, and the guy definitely caused a complete and utter ruckus and torture for my friend and his roommate for the rest of the night. like the absolute rest of the night. They were trying to control him, trying to get him under control. Now, the reason I'm kind of a little nervous to upload this is because someone claims that this didn't happen. And if you ever think any of my stories are fake, I don't know how you could, but I'm not relating them to anyone at all. So there's no one knows who these people are. I don't go in public and tell them who they are. So if you guys are watching this and you are considering, you know, whatever, I don't know what you're considering. If you're going to consider messaging me, if you're going to consider telling me, you know, that that's not appropriate or whatever, hold your breath, because I'm not making it clear that you are who you are. No one's going to know who I'm talking about. Especially the person who claims the fight and like yelling and stuff, the fact that he didn't necessarily try to fight me. The person that I got into kind of an argument about that with, if you are seeing this, I'm not doing anything to hurt your name. I'm not doing anything to say who you are in any of these videos. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it because I feel like telling stories, and because people have told me to tell stories on YouTube. A select few people are going to know who you are, and it's people who already know the stories about you. So putting it on the internet is not going to change it. Recording it is not going to change it. Me talking about it is not going to change it. I'm not doing anything to hurt your name. I'm not doing anything to hurt a career in the future. I'm not doing anything at all. So just be an adult and leave it alone. That's what I've been doing. That's what you should do if you see this video. And that's all I'm going to say about it. If I'm brave enough to upload those other videos, I will very, very soon. I'm debating recording them, but other than that, I will talk to you guys for my next video. If you like videos like this, please give it a like and subscribe for more content 3 times a week. I will see you guys next time. Bye.